Several places across India have witnessed one of the exceptional celestial events. A day after Diwali festival, a partial eclipse has been seen today. According to some reports, countries worldwide will be able to witness the partial solar eclipse on October 25th, which is today. Eclipse began before sunset at 4:49 and has sustained till 6:49 p.m. Following a clash between two communities, police detained 19 people from two sides. Those detained include a person who allegedly hurled a petrol bomb at policemen from the third floor of this house in the locality near an hour after the clashes broke out. Two Indian techies who went missing in Kenya in mid-July were killed by a special unit of state police, according to an aide of President William Ruto. Indian techies Zulfikar Khan and another Indian national Mohammad Zayed Sami Kadwai has went missing more than 2 months ago. A 44-year-old seer is found dead at a mutt in Karnataka's district. According to police, a 2-page note has been recovered from the seer's room. Cops handed over the body to the mutt after the post-mortem. 4 kids were playing beside railway line in Vadodara 28 numbered railgate and had mistaken a bomb to be a ball. While playing there, the bomb exploded and one of the kids died on the spot. The rest are injured seriously. BJP MLA of Vadodara, Pawan Singh, rushed to the spot. Rishi Sunak has scripted history and became the first Indian origin Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, but the lobbies at it again used Rishi Sunak to target India and asked, is a minority Prime Minister possible in India? Hours after Rishi Sunak was chosen as UK's new Prime Minister, the opposition in India has led by Vadodara Congress and Mehbooba Mufti have raised questions whether India could have its own minority Prime Minister. Both parties completely forgetting that 4 presidents and 1 Prime Minister in India are from minority communities. BJP responded to Mehbooba Mufti's minority PM pitch while asking her if a chief minister from the minority community in Jammu and Kashmir would ever take oath.
Speaking about minority rights, it's like the devil preaching the scriptures. But the Congress party has always practiced the art of double standards and hypocrisy, and today they leave no stone unturned in order to undermine India's image, even at a time when the world is celebrating India and Indians across the world.
BJP fact-checked the opposition, reminding the party of Dr. Manmohan Singh being the PM from the minority Sikh community. Also, Zakir Hussain, Fakhruddin Ahmed, Gianni Zail Singh, Abdul Kalam became presidents is what the BJP said, adding that merit, not minority, should be the criteria, and sadly Congress was not getting it.
जो इनकी रंग में भंग डालने की इनकी संस्कृति और संस्कार है, वही संस्कृति और संस्कार इनको आज इस रास्ते पे पहुंचा रहा है। अब आज भारत के लोग अगर खुश हो रहे हैं, भारत में रहने वाले दुनिया में जो लोग हैं वो खुश हो रहे हैं, तो उसमें भी रंग में भंग कैसे डालो, ये कोशिश है उनकी।
Rishi Sunak has officially become the Prime Minister of the UK. He met with King Charles III at Buckingham Palace. At the Buckingham Palace, Sunak was also greeted by Sir Clive Alderton, Principal Private Secretary to the King and Queen Consort, the monarch's equerry, Lieutenant Colonel Johnny Thompson, and Sir Edward Young, Joint Principal Private Secretary to the King, according to the PA.
Buckingham Palace and accepted His Majesty the King's invitation to form a government in his name. It is only right to explain why I am standing here as your new Prime Minister.
UK Secretary of State for Justice and Lord Chancellor Brandon Lewis has resigned from his position. The Secretary also congratulated new Prime Minister Rishi Sunak while saying that he will have my support from the back benches to tackle the many challenges the government will face, the party and the country. 5 persons have been arrested in connection with a car explosion in the city on Sunday in which a man was killed. Police said without divulging details, it said that 5 persons have been arrested in connection with the case and identified them as Mohammad Talka, Mohammad Azuruddin, Mohammad Riaz, Firoz Ismail and Mohammad Nawaz Ismail, all in their 20s. Mystery over Coimbatore blast after BJP's deeper ISIS link claim. Sri Lanka investigation links emerge.
What I am saying is nothing new. Basically, many media channels have speculated. A lot of your media people have linked this Jamisha Mubin to Mohammad Azharuddin to Jagram Hassin. I will not take the name of the English reporters and some Tamil reporters also. They have taken the names yesterday. They are already giving connections to it. As political party, we have waited for almost 48 hours. At least to use the word called terror attack has happened in Tamil soil. That is what we want. You are calling that as a cylinder blast, and you are trying. So that moment you say a terror attack, at one end it also means people will take extra precaution when going out. It also means. That is also you have to say. If you call this as a cylinder blast, let us imagine one more module is active. That module might do an attack in the next 1 week or 10 days. Then what will the state government do? Oh, no, we should not have called it a cylinder blast. You never know. Modules are always present in different parts of the country. So all we are saying is, some English news channels have also cryptically written the WhatsApp chat message of that person.
Sanitary workers in Coimbatore sit on an indefinite strike demanding wage revision and abolishing of the contractual labour system. Large quantities of garbage was piled up on the streets, according to sources. Sanitary workers are also seeking approval over 18 demands since October 2. Workers have been seen on strike, but the state administration is very ignorant of the demands of these people. Women from Bihar participated in the Janta Darshan of UP. CM Yogi Adityanath held at Gorakhnath temple, where she registered her complaint seeking his intervention into her problems. According to an official release, Yogi listened to her problems and told her that had she faced the problem in UP, it would have been resolved immediately, and advised her to raise her issue with the authorities concerned in the state. Assam's Gulpara district administration sealed a newly inaugurated museum after a few days of inauguration. CM Himanta Biswa Sarma said that the police will probe the source of funding. Private museum was inaugurated on 23rd October. There in the Lakhipur area of Gopalpara district. Massive fire broke out in the area due to unknown reasons there in Andhra Pradesh, and over 700 shops were burned to ashes. According to sources, no casualties were reported. The sources further said that the fire engulfed 2 shops in the initial 2 hours, but the fire department failed to control the spread. WhatsApp, the Meta-owned instant messaging platform, was down in India, with people unable to send or receive messages on their devices. The WhatsApp service was down since 12:30 p.m. As many users in India have reported that they are unable to access WhatsApp Messenger on Android or iOS, Meta has issued a statement on the issue and said that the WhatsApp team is working to restore the services as soon as possible. As WhatsApp service is down since 12:29 p.m., this is the longest WhatsApp outage. Reportedly, the group chats were hit first at 12:29 p.m. Later, around 12:45 p.m., their personal messages were also disrupted. In view of the partial solar eclipse, which happened just a short while back, temples in Prayagraj were closed. Moreover, doors of Badrinath Kedarnath remained closed due to the partial solar eclipse. The year 2022 has seen its last solar eclipse on October 25th. Video has been making rounds on social media, which allegedly shows the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, or the BRS, local leaders distributing liquor bottles to Leo voters in Telangana. The BJP lashed out at the BRS for distributing liquor bottles to woo voters. The leader said that such acts are objectionable. Speaking to Republic Media Network, BJP leader has said that the video claims that TRS local leaders were distributing liquor bottles to the voters. GDS on Monday conducted a dramatic protest against the pothole menace in Bengaluru's Majestic area on the occasion of Diwali. JDS mocked the Baswaraj Mobile-led Karnataka government for the poor state of roads in the city. India has repatriated 5 Bangladeshi nationals, including 2 women and 2 children, to the country after they were apprehended by the border security force while crossing the international border between 2 countries in attempting to enter Indian territory. A day after Diwali, the air quality in Mumbai remained in the poor category, with the overall air quality index at 290. Several houses were damaged due to cyclone Sitrang, which caused heavy rainfall and a storm in the Nagaon district of Assam. Now, New ministries and electric poles were also uprooted in various parts of the region due to the cyclonic storm on Monday night. In an attempt to address problems of farmers in the valley, the administration has decided to officially launch the Kisan Bima Yojana online portal. That will happen on October 30th. According to the administration, farmers affected by natural calamities will benefit through the insurance scheme after registering their names with its help. India reported 862 fresh COVID cases and 1,503 recoveries in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at 22,549, which accounts for around 0.05% of the total cases. A total of 1,500 patients recovered last 24 hours. In an attempt to combat pollution in the state of Delhi, in fact, Delhi Environment Minister Gopal Rai has flagged off 150 mobile smog guns from Delhi Secretariat. Germany's President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has now arrived in Kiev for his first visit to Ukraine since the start of Russia's invasion. His visit is coming as Ukrainians are bracing for less electric power this winter following a sustained Russian barrage on the infrastructure in recent weeks. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that rebuilding Ukraine will be a challenge for a generation that requires a combined strength of the international community. He addressed a gathering in Berlin aimed at helping to mobilize international support for Ukraine's reconstruction.
We gather here today to discuss how to ensure and how to sustain the financing of the recovery, reconstruction and modernization of Ukraine for years and decades to come.
Taiwanese Premier Yu Si-kun has now met Ukrainian lawmaker and Lithuanian politician following the Taiwan stance on Russia-Ukraine war, as it has strongly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and at least one Taiwanese citizen is reportedly fighting with Ukrainian forces. Japan's PM Fumio Kishida announced that he has appointed former Health Minister Yuki Goto to replace Taishiro Yamagiwa as economic minister. Now, as per Kishida, Goto, a veteran politician, is highly capable of giving explanation and has passion for economic and social reforms. 5 Palestinians were killed and 20 wounded after Israeli forces raided a stronghold of an armed group in the occupied West Bank's second largest city of Nablus, blowing up an explosive lab and also engaging in a firefight. Human Rights Watch condemns Myanmar military airstrike on a celebratory gathering that killed more than 60 people. As per the body, it amounts to crimes against humanity and should be referred to the International Criminal Court.
That, civilians would be going to something that is what they would be thinking a celebration, and then have to face the horror of this. We've heard that at the very least about 60 people have been killed, hundreds injured, hundreds of others in attendance. And now the news is that those people who are injured have been blocked from getting critical medical and health care because the military junta.
European Union energy ministers discussed the ways to tackle energy crisis and started seeking some common ground to flesh out the barest tentative agreement while maintaining a united front in face of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Japan's Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs Takeo Mori holds talks with South Korea's first Vice Foreign Minister ahead of a trilateral meeting with the US on Wednesday. Australia's Treasurer has congratulated former British Treasury Chief Rishi Sunak, who is said to become the United Kingdom's first PM of colour. Saudi Crown Prince and newly appointed Prime Minister of the Kingdom, Mohammed bin Salman, is expected to be in New Delhi for a short one-day visit on November 14. In Delhi, the Saudi Crown Prince will meet with PM Modi and also External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and National Security Advisor of NSA, Ajit Doval. Australia might be without its key bowler Adam Zampa in the T20 World Cup clash against Sri Lanka after the star leg spinner tested COVID-19 positive with minor symptoms. Opening veteran Jason Roy made a return to the national side as England and Wales Cricket Board announced a 15-man squad for the upcoming 3-match ODI series against Australia, which will start from November 17th onwards. As Australia had suffered a defeat in their opening T20 World Cup match with New Zealand, Ricky Ponting and Adam Gilchrist weighed in on what the hosts need to do to stay alive in their campaign. Net bowler Mohammad Irfan Jr., who hails from Pakistan, bowled to Virat Kohli, Dinesh Karthik and Rishabh Pant in the nets. Irfan said that he enjoyed bowling to the star batters of India like Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant and Dinesh Karthik, called the batters world-class players. 23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams said that she has not retired from tennis yet and that the chances of her returning to the court are very high after she previously indicated that she would step away from the sport after the recently concluded US Open. Phil Simons decided to step down as West Indies coach after his team clashed out in the first round of the ongoing T20 World Cup in Australia. Phil Simons described the result of the West Indies team as unfathomable. Unai Emery left his position as Villarreal coach to take charge of English club Aston Villa. Will be Emery's second spell in the Premier League after coaching Arsenal in 2018 to 2019. Now, Villa said that Emery will start as a manager on November 1st after his work permit formalities are completed. Commonwealth Games gold medalist PV Sindhu climbed up the spot to enter the top 5 in Badminton World Federation World Rankings. Top-ranked Carlos Alcaraz rallied to beat Jack Draper in the first round. Swiss indoors. Alcaraz clinched with his third match point, chance firing a forehand winner and following in a strong serve that left-handed Draper stretched to return. And Norther Rinder Kechner has now saved 2 match points to take out number 4 seed Cilic at the Basel Open. Now, Rinder Kechner will now face the winner of Alex Molcan versus Mackenzie McDonald.